What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. Hope everybody's doing well out there on this Saturday evening. I'm doing real good myself. Hope everybody's had a nice, relaxing, serving Shabbat to the Most High and got some praises in, worship and praises in, and everything. Look, big shout out to the sister Diamond Girl 8 for recommending me this story right here. And we like things that tend to transcend the norm, normal things that goes beyond the physical eye. That's the reason why we investigate stories like this right here. Turns out though, this particular story is somewhat like created by the moon, which was some type of mirage, but nevertheless it was interesting. And then, as I said, I was going to do a collaboration, you know what I'm saying, with the reason why the Most High sent a flood up on this earth. So I want y'all to see what existed, you know what I mean, pre-flood, but basically what you're going to see is actually post-flood of the remnants of what's left of the monstrous giants, you know what I mean, that was actually upon the earth during that time, and I'm gonna tell you this too. You will see both genders. You will see man giants. Well, you're gonna know man giants. You know what I'm saying? Is there? But you will see that there were female giants as well. Stick around and find out. First of all, let's go through this story right here. It says Dawn of Evil. Incredible red devil horns, sunrise photos captured during rare solar eclipse mirage over the Persian Gulf. All right. And this story right here was actually updated on January 8th this year, right around the beginning of this year here. And here's some pictures right here. And it says here, this incredible image appeared to show giant devil horns rising over the Persian Gulf during a solar eclipse. A photographer waited in just the right place to snap the rare spectacle as the sun was partially blocked by the moon at dawn. Now look at that. But see what it is actually, okay, you know how you can look out over the waters like the sea like this? This is actually the sun itself, okay? That's what it is. Now, being that there were eclipses, this massive black thing was starting to like come over it or whatever. But it didn't actually cover it all the way. So it left the illusion, well, the lines of the eclipse itself, you know what I mean, kind of like circular like. And it left the illusion of devil horns. That's all that is, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, I think basically it's just a warning of things to come. As we know with the fires in Australia, there's some monstrous looking faces in those fires. And also, for those of you that's familiar with my series of the spirit videos that I've made, same thing, and also you'll be able to see even more once we do the next part of this video right here. You'll see, that those spirits that I did in those first videos, like what was it? To the black sector of YouTube, we're being watched. Signs and wonders in the air, and then also see why I say to live your life as though we are being watched. You will see a lot of those what's left of those giants, those bodies, that they favored a lot of those spirits in the way they were shaped in the physical. See? But to continue, like what this right here says, Elias Castorius, whatever, captured the stunning sequence of the sunrise in quartet. Right? This incredible show how a solar eclipse looked like the ocean has devil horns. Now see, as this eclipse is going, away, or whatever is rising up, you can actually see where you're starting to see the sun even more. and the illusion is starting to leave, And the amateur, astrophotographer patiently waited for the phenomenon to happen on Boxing Day. Now you can see the reflection that was on the water right here. Now it's just starting to look like a crescent. See that? That's amazing, But that's pretty much what I wanted to show of that this story right here, these images, that right there, So like I said, shout out to the Sister Diamond Girl 8 for showing us this, And now let's get into the reason why the Most High sent the flood. Now, the video is not going to have any sound or whatever because I'm not really sure, about, copyright content as far as the music go, or what have you. But as we're watching, I'm going to read Genesis chapter 6, verse 4 to you, okay? There were giants in the earth in those days and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. All right. Okay. Now what you're looking at here is actual fossilized. You see that giant right there? That's a real giant right there. Now, I know they kind of flashing fast, but we got this particular one right here is actually almost 3 minutes. Okay. We got a 15-minute one coming up. Look at that jawbone on that joker. But you'll be able to see it in more depth. They kind of speeding things up here. But yeah. Those things, the fallen angels came down and they bare children with the daughters of Adam. Okay, daughters of men. And they made these things. And so, okay, now we know that those are our ancestors. And we tend to give more praise to our ancestors than we give to the Most High and Hamashiach, himself, and even the Holy Spirit, which, by the way, is a woman, by the way. I know some are going to disagree with me, but, if you read Proverbs, I think it's Proverbs chapter 8, you'll see for yourself. Now, that's one right there that just laid down and he just laid down and died. It wasn't nowhere for him to go in the water. He just, or whatever, just died. And a lot of them just became fossilized with the mountains and all that. You can see the shapes, the heads and everything. These are not statues. These are actual giants, titans, mineralized, fossilized. You can see their faces, I think it's amazing, to tell you the truth. But they came down and they made these monstrous giants. But what I was saying about the ancestors, okay, we tend to, what we do is actually give ancestor worship. Don't get me wrong, I thank the Most High for everything that he allowed our ancestors to do, that did his will, that actually did his will. Hang on a second. I actually thank the Most High that actually, for the ancestors that come to do his will and not their own. But there was a lot of our ancestors that actually did their own will. And instead of worshiping the Most High, okay, they actually worship these things right here as gods. I don't even like that word, gods, because it's only one God. There's only one true God. Okay? And what have you. I don't even like that word. But they call these monstrous beings, I'm telling you, gods. And I'm going to tell you what they did by worshiping them. This is what the ancestors, a lot of the ancestors, we talking about. Don't get me wrong, we're still in the biblical times. We are in biblical times, present day. A lot of people don't realize that because churches don't teach it. But I'm talking about way, 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 way back when these things were up and around. Do you know that the ancestors was practicing what was called Molochism? And they were taking their children, actually passing them through fires, you know, and actually sacrificing their children to these monstrous demons, demonic, beastly giants. Just so, well, they don't, the giants, you know, didn't eat them. They was having sex with them. They was doing all kinds of stuff. And then see, that's when the Most High got fed up with it, you know, and he sent, I think it was the archangel by the name of Gabriel to come down and tell, you know, well, actually he told one of the other angels to come down and tell him, this is what's going to happen to the offspring of the fallen angels. You see, and you won't be able to get away from, you won't be able to escape it. So let's check this video out. I'm telling you, y'all finna see some very, very interesting things. Now, this particular one right here is one, it looks like a mountain, but what it is actually a slope-head giant. You know what I mean? With a long pointed nose, you know, and then you can see his mouth and his chin, you know, where he just laid down and died. And also, some of them, and they became mountains because, okay, like us, for example, we are, our bodies, our genetic makeup is made up of all kinds of earthly minerals simply because the Most High said he made us from the dust, the dirt, okay? And we know that that's what the dirt is just a collaboration of all kinds of minerals in it. You know what I mean? But minerals that's actually being able to, you can ingest, like iron, for example. Iron solubles that's in the dirt. You see, we can't just go and eat iron because we can't do that. It has to be broken down. So it's in the dirt. You see what I mean? And calcium, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Well, these things had millions of more minerals, you know, than what we have in our tiny bodies, you know, here. These things, that's the reason why when they died, when they either died, you know, under the water, you know what I mean, or their bodies was left, it just looked like they were still well preserved, and they just became one with the earth. Where ours, we just totally, you know, waste away. You know what I mean, for the most part. None left for bones, our bodies. You know what I mean. And in some cases, it is like that with these two, but not as much. They are really, really well preserved. Let's check it out. Check this out. There's one right there. You can see where his arm fell off over here. You know? I think it's amazing. See, the Father said, okay, for those of the ones that don't believe that there was a flood, okay? That there was no such thing as Noah's flood and all that kind of stuff. See, he actually left the remnants to debunk what you think and what you believe. Here they go right here. See? I mean, you know, here's another one right here. Some of them flashing pretty fast. And then they build these bridges. You know, I don't know what she's doing in that. You know what I mean? Actually, this video right here was called The Mountains Were Alive. And the other ones like The Rocks and the Mountains Were Alive. You know. Some of them you can easily make out. And a lot of them, like this was some sort of serpent right here. This particular one right here is actually a giant. And you can see how preserved his body was, you know what I mean, and became one with the rocks itself. You know. And they just died in the water. Like nothing. This is some huge, like, type, not a shark. I don't know, some prehistoric ass monstrous fish. See? I guess this is the back of it. And they call these islands now. And that's a fossilized giant turtle right there. That's what that is. It's amazing. This is a two-headed, I don't know. It looked like it was a two-headed some things. Who would have thought turtles was that big? Huge. A lot of things was huge back in those times. And he just died, just fossilized. Look at that. You ever seen anything look like that before? Some of those spirits that I've seen, just like that, but just in spirit form. So he can't debunk the flood. That's an actual skull just turned rock. Actual face, well preserved. Not sure what that is though. Some of them you can make out really good, some you can't. Check that out. Look at this up here. Oh, too fast. Well, here it is up here. There it is right there. And a lot of them had dual heads too. And you can even see faces still, you know what I mean, on those things. Don't know what that is. Check that out. I think that was a man and a woman. Okay, well, that right there is just something someone made, sculpted. The ones in the mountains, the ones in the sea, you can see those a whole lot better. These are sculptures right here, based off of probably the real thing, I would say. Okay, remember when I told y'all there were female giants? Y'all see what I'm talking about? See? Female giants. They became one with the earth too. That's amazing. Well, you know, I don't know if y'all you familiar with ancient Greek mythology, which is not so mythical after all, you know. There was a so-called what they call well, actually she was just a Nephilim, but they call her one of the gods. A serpent-tailed, snake-headed woman named Medusa. Oh, there's another woman right there. Look like she got one of them sexual. She needs one of them STD or something. She need to go get something. But yeah, these are sculptures right here. But yeah, she was actually, you know, of Nephilim origins herself. You know, hair looked like snakes and all that kind of stuff. She was actually a snake mixed. You know, from the waist down, it was actually like a snake. You know, she scooted down, but she had the torso of a woman and the face of a woman, and the rest of her head, you know, her hair was supposed to be her hair was snakes. That's Medusa. It's so much of the world that we ever seen. Oh, there's another female, you know, that they'd have made her womb canal. I mean, a damn cave opening or something. Damn, that is crazy. It's so much that we haven't seen, you know, as a people. But one day we'll know. We'll know everything. Here's another sleeping giant. This was something right here too. Some kind of monstrosity. Not much of them left. Giant head. And also, you know, they want to make a mystery about how a lot of like the pyramids and stuff like that were built. You know, well, there's no mystery to how you know the pyramids was built. You know, I think it was Solomon, the King Solomon actually had a ring, some sort of ring, and I know he had that breastplate with all those different, you know, stones. And when I say stones, I'm talking about diamond, jaspers, and onyxes and all that kind of stuff that actually, you know, bear some kind of was a transmitter of power. the Most High will allow him to control those giants to build those pyramids. With that ring and that breastplate. See? Because back in ancient times, they didn't have cranes and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, they're to the right, you know what that is. They're to the left, you know what that is. And again, like she got to get, STD cleared up. Okay, this is one right there that they dug up. And I guess he pretty much decayed like human beings do. Right there. These right here, not so much. Not so much. Amazing. Let me see if there's any music in this. Oh, I don't know what she's saying. I don't even want to hear it. It's amazing. So, y'all see the reason why the Most High sent the flood. And also, too, okay, it said there were pre-giants. Uh-oh. Like she had a problem, too. Real bad one, too. Golly. Oof. They STDs got to be on steroids, man. She bad yeast infection or something. I'll tell you. But anyway, made me forget what I was gonna say. Golly. Yeah, there go Medusa right there. When she's playing her, whatever, Uma Thurman. She's actually playing Medusa. That was a real entity right there of Nephilim, bloodline on the real, And she can look at somebody, and if they look her in the eyes, they'll turn to stone. That's what the ancient folklore says about Medusa. Okay. Yeah, that stuff made me forget what I was gonna say. Now, where was I at? Took my mind all the way off of that. Y'all know what that is. Y'all know what it is. And it died. He died and it was just erected. That's messed up. That's some sort of animal right there. Crazy. Oh, like I said, to all of those ones that's talking about Noah's flood wasn't true, well, it was true. This is proof. These are actual remnants of what's left over behind Noah's flood. Look at that. They had 3 and 4 faces too. They died in the water. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Hopefully another big vagina don't pop up again. But anyway, what it was damn, I forgot again. Let me quit talking about that. Anyway, let me see. It'll come back to me. Let's see. Post-flood, this and that. No. Oh, yeah. After the flood, there was still some seen on earth. Do you know why? Basically, a lot of them burrowed underground. They burrowed underground to where they can escape the flood. They was that powerful, they was that mighty that they went underground, so deep underground where they can escape the flood. For all that time. But for the ones that, didn't think to do it, well, these are the ones you were looking at. A lot of them died in battle too, as well. Look at that. Look at that. Encased in the rock. Look at that. And I'm going to tell you something else too. Believe it or not, a lot of them are still on this earth, but they're not as huge and humongous, as they were, like the ones like the remnants of what you see in these pictures, or whatever. But a lot of them, they are in the form of what every now and again people see, and they call. Look at that. They flash them so fast. Bigfoot or Sasquatch. Those are Nephilim. They have the Nephilim bloodline. There's another one. She. Anyway, yeah, they are of Nephilim bloodline. Okay, they are of Nephilim bloodline. They are actually remnants. I mean, they actually share DNA with the fallen angels and the ancestors. Okay, Sasquatches do. They are actually a fallen angel and human origins and ape. That's what you're looking at when you see a Bigfoot. Some are even derived from polar bears, which is what's called the what's that, abominable snowman. All that stuff real. I'm gonna tell you, it is. Some are derived from bears. Some are derived from wolves. Even wolves, yeah. That's where your Wolfman and all that stuff come from. And a lot of them are still here. Now, as far as a person actually being able to just transform from a man to a wolf, no, I don't believe that. But there were Nephilim like type entities running. What kind of sexual position is that? Y'all did some freaky things. That's probably a reason. There's another one. Damn. That's the reason why they had STDs off the chain on steroids. On steroids. Check this out, people. Shit. You don't have to be. You are a baby. You can be full grown and walk in and out of that. That's just the way it is. Full grown. You walking in and out of that. That? Look at that. What y'all do with the clitoris? Bastards. Nasty. Probably just took a hammer and knocked it out. Do like those butchers over, I don't know what part of Africa. I think they stopped doing that though. There's another one, y'all. I think they stopped doing. Man, it was a lot of female ones, I tell you that. Just like it still is. Women still outnumber men. Well, used to say 7-1. Now I think it's probably about double that. I think that was basically, it's doubled that. That ratio has doubled. You know what I mean? Probably 14-1 now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure there were probably more female giants, you know what I mean, than it was male giants. I guess that was some more, male whatever, But yeah, this is real. Check that snake out. Look at that. This stuff is real right here. This ain't no joke. That's one of the big sleeping cats. Oh, he died. Ugh. He rotted real bad. A lot of them got moss coming out of them. It's amazing. Amazing. So don't ever let nobody tell you there was no such thing as giants. There was no such thing as Noah's flood and all that. Because if that wasn't, I don't know what this crap is. If that wasn't true, this is fake right here. If that wasn't true, then hey, you wouldn't be seeing all of the remnants. That's a seahorse. You wouldn't be seeing all of the remnants all over the world. You know what I mean? That proves it. The stones ain't there for nothing. There's another one. That's a male. Man. Out there just running rapid. Well, this pretty much concludes, this very, very, look at that. Very, very interesting topic right here. Very, very interesting topic about, actually the earth. Well, the rocks were alive. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this right here. I'm interested in hearing y'all thoughts, views, and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.